Hey guys, Busta here, and I am back in my den here in New Mexico. I got some new hair product in New York City that I've been excited to use, and it's really working out nice. Yeah, boy, it looks good. Looks good, yeah, look at that. Well, anyhow, today I want to do my new top shaving products of all time. Because you know I spent some time with the Stallion in his stable, and then I spent some time with Khan hanging out in New York City, and those two mentors of mine, really changed my perspective on shaving. So let's start with my top 45 brushes of all time. Now, you would think that my Plaisant, you know I love this brush, you would think that this would be in my top 45 brushes of all time. It doesn't even crack the top 50 anymore. No, I absolutely love this brush, but I found something even better. You see, I spent almost a week at the stable of the Stallion, and he turned me on to the Savile Row line of brushes. So, in my top 45 brushes of all time, what do I like? Well, first of all, the Savile Row 2000. Now, why is this called the Savile Row 2000? Well, this is called the Savile Row 2000 because this is made up of 2,000 of the finest badger hairs ever found on the face of this earth. In fact, it takes 2,000 badgers, because there's only one hair from each badger that makes it into this fine knot. The Savile Row 2000. Now, what's my second favorite brush and my top 45 brushes of all time? Well, it's this one right here. The Savile Row 8475C. Now, why is it called the 8475C? Well, that C stands for chocolate because of this nice chocolatey handle here. Because Savile Rows, usually are a white brush, a white handle on the brush. But no, this is a chocolate handle. The 8475C is number 2 in my top 45 brushes of all time. Now, this was a tough choice. My number 3 and 4 was kind of close, but my number 3 brush of all time is the Savile Row 4575-64. You can see this has got a really high loft, a really big knot, and it's just so super soft. And so this 4575-64 is number 3 on my top 45 brushes of all time. Number 4, and this was really close between number 3 and number 4, but I like number 3 over number 4 because this one's just a little bit too big for my puny little hand. It fits well in the Stallion's hand, but this is the biggest knot that Savile Row makes. This is the 94-83-56. And I really, really like this one, but it's too big for me. And so I think I might send this up to the Stallion because it just is too big for my hand. Now, what's number 5? Well, you know what? I would tell you number 5 through number 45, but Khan tells me that my videos are too long. So I'm going to keep them short, but let me just tell you that my top 45 brushes of all time are any brush that Savile Row has made or ever will make. Why Savile Row? Because that's what the Stallion uses. Okay, now on to the soaps. My top soaps, my top 4,732 soaps of all time, in no particular order. Number 1, Razor Rock, the Stallion. You know, this is just an absolute awesome soap. It's named after my hero, the Stallion, and so this is one of my top 4,732 soaps. Now, what's the next soap on my list? Well, it is the Stallion by Razor Rock. Just an awesome soap. It performs well, and it reminds me of my week in Rhode Island. What's another soap that's in my top 4,732 soaps? Joseph Abatangelo's The Stallion. This is just an awesome, awesome soap. It performs well, and it smells awesome. It smells manly, like more of a man than I'll ever be. And then finally, I also have The Stallion from my Italian barber. Just an awesome, awesome soap. It smells great, it performs well, and I really love it. So, in my top 4,732 soaps, 4 of them are Razor Rock The Stallion, The Stallion by Razor Rock, Joseph Abatangelo's The Stallion, and finally, The Stallion from my Italian barber. Now, on to razors. You know that I recently switched from DE razors to straight razors because of my mentor, The Stallion. And I've been almost exclusively shaving with straight razors since I made that leap about 3 months ago. And I've been getting awesome, comfortable shaves. And I had so much fun hanging out in the Stallion stable, using his straight razors and really understanding what it's like to be a real man and to shave with that piece of steel on my face. But then I went down to New York City and I ran into Con Costanzas and I discovered my new favorite razor of all time. And I came home and I sold all of my other straight razors. Now, what kind of an awesome piece of hardware would that be that would cause me to do such a thing? Well, I'm glad you asked. My top razor of all time is the Australian Camisori. Now, why do I like this? Well, first of all, it's so much fun to say Camisori. And secondly, look at the size of my steel compared to the size of Anthony Esposito's steel. You know, he might be taller than me. He might have bigger feet, which we all know means that he has a bigger pair of shoes. But I have the bigger steel. And there's just nothing like this against your face. Oh, it feels so good. And listen to that. Oh, the sound of that on your face. Oh my goodness. It just doesn't get any better than this. And I've been getting such awesome close shaves with this. I mean, I can really just get right into the nooks and crannies on my face, and it just provides a really, really close shave. So, my top razor of all time, the Australian Camisori. Now, what is my top aftershave of all time? Well, you know I used to love Pinard Clubman. But guess what? It's out. Not my top of all time. What is my top scent of all time? My top aftershave of all time? The Stallion. It smells like everything I ever want to be. Every manly dream is encapsulated in the scent of this wonderful potion. It reminds me of nights on the couch curled up with Susie. Well, you know, what happens in Providence stays in Providence. But the Stallion, just a wonderful, wonderful scent, and my top aftershave of all time. Now, I promised Con that I was going to keep my videos from now on under 10 minutes. So, this is Busta saying, I hope you have a great day. I'm at 9 minutes and 52 seconds. Goodbye, everybody.